On this episode of 5 Weird Things, we will explore the land down under, the lucky country, the land of the long weekend. We're going to put another shrimp on the Barbie. That's right, we are going to find out 5 weird things about Australia. Welcome to the channel, where I look into the weirdest facts I can find out about any subject I can think of. Now before we get started, please like and subscribe to be notified when new videos drop. Alright, let's get into it. Time to find out 5 weird things about Australia. First, the stuff that everybody knows. Now, Australia, officially the Commonwealth of Australia, is a sovereign country comprising the mainland of the Australian continent, the island of Tasmania, and numerous smaller islands. Australia is the largest country by area in Oceania, and the world's 6th largest country. The capital city is Canberra, which most Australians believe means cleavage, supposedly named that way because the city rests between 2 mountains. However, Canberra is actually an Aboriginal word for meeting place. The government is a parliamentary system. It's a representative democracy that is a constitutional monarchy. Population of roughly 29 million as of 2021. In terms of size, it's a few million more than the state of Florida. Weird fact number 5. Australia is home to some of the deadliest creatures on Earth. According to scientists, the continent lays claim to so many deadly creatures partially because of continental drift. It's the most isolated continent on the planet, and it's been drifting towards Asia ever since it separated from Antarctica 30 million years ago. Now, as many venomous animals and insects migrated from nearby archipelagos to Australia, they just added to the zoological melting pot, with many of the species that were already present in Australia, like marsupials and the platypus. It's an egg-laying mammal. They've evolved in isolation in some cases to become much more dangerous. The male platypus, for example, is one of the few venomous mammals on Earth, and it's in Australia. So of the 160 species of snakes in Australia, 100 of them are venomous. Of the 25 most venomous snakes in the world, 21 of them are in Australia. Weird fact number 4. Australia's first police force was entirely made up of convicts. When Australia was first being colonized, the country had no formal police force. Now, in response to this need, the Marines of the Royal Navy assumed the responsibility after arriving in New South Wales in January of 1788. When the Marines failed to control rising crime, the local government, led by Governor Phillip, saw the need for local law enforcement and created the Night Watch. At the time, Australia had more convicts than residents without criminal backgrounds, and with convicts being really the only available human resource set before him, Governor Phillip decided to take 12 of the most well-behaved convicts and make them the Night Watch. The 12 men were divided into 4 groups that were assigned to different sectors of New South Wales. The convicts turned police officers had immediate success, and the government decided to expand the program. In 1790, the Night Watch program was expanded to the city of Sydney. A new group of convicts joined the pre-existing Sydney police force, allowing the enforcement area to expand into Toongabbie, Hawkesbury, and Parramatta. Now, once the law enforcement area expanded to such a larger area, the force had grown to include several new units. So there was the Border Police, the Mounted Police, the Water Police, and the Mounted Aboriginal Police. Weird fact number 3. Australia has the world's longest golf course. Nullarbor Links is 850 miles long. You did not hear me wrong. 850 miles long. The 18-hole par 72 course spans just shy of 850 miles, with 1 hole in each of the participating towns or roadhouses along the Air Highway, from Kalgoorlie in Western Australia to Ceduna in South Australia. It crosses 2 states and 3 time zones. Now, a round of 18 holes takes about 6 days. Needless to say, it's not going to be on the PGA Tour anytime soon. Weird fact number 2. Perth is the only city in the world that can have aircraft land in its central business district. Now that sounds like a weird fact, but that's like having a major airport in downtown Los Angeles or Manhattan Island. Usually the cities are too densely populated and there are too many high-rises in a major city. But an airplane has never crashed into a surrounding building at Perth International or any of the surrounding suburbs. Now before we get to number 1, here are the weird runner-ups. You would think that anything talking about weird in Australia would have kangaroos in it. Well, I couldn't find anything that piqued my interest, so there are no kangaroos here. Another runner-up is that Australia has the cleanest air on the planet, particularly in Tasmania. Now, I thought that was weird, and then I decided it was just sad. I grew up in Los Angeles, so clean air was like a unicorn story that you tell children to stop wheezing and get them to go to sleep. Weird fact number 1. Australia exports camels to the Middle East. There are around 3 million camels that roam wild in Australia's deserts, the largest number of purebred camels in the world. Now, feral camels can get very aggressive with humans and livestock during the dry season of May through September and the mating season, which is winter and overlaps into the rainy season. So there's a good chance that at any time of the year, these suckers are angry. Now, the largest single herd of camels is around 750,000, so that's where you can see why this would be an area of concern. They can go weeks without water, living off water from fat cells in their hump, but once they find a water source, individual camels will drink a massive amount of water just to help build it back up, and they often stomp around and defecate in that water source. So by the time the herd has drank their fill, the water source is fouled for months to come. Thanks for listening. Now, if I missed anything or you have a suggestion for another video, make sure to comment below. Again, like and subscribe. Take care and have a great night.